scrappy friends. So I have a new layout for you today. Well, a semi layout, a little bit of a different layout. So I am working on a Christmas gift for my family and my husband's family. We're going to be sending them each a snap album with pictures of our family from pretty much of pictures of this year. And so I am finally starting to work on it because it's getting closer. I wanted to wait pretty close to Christmas time to get it started just because I didn't want to fill it all up with pictures, but I did have a few pictures separated that I knew I wanted to use. And this one picture that I am using today is from when we went to San Diego for my daughter's Make-A-Wish trip. I know I have a lot of newer subscribers, I believe. So if you didn't know, my daughter Leilani, that's my oldest daughter, she is 6 now. She was diagnosed with leukemia in May of 2013. So in February of this year, she was able to go on a Make-A-Wish trip. She is now in remission. So she's been in remission for over a year, but she still is in treatment. So she will be in treatment for another year. But it was really nice to be able to go to do a trip, a vacation, because being in the military and, having a whole bunch of kids, sometimes it's hard to save up to go on vacation. So it was really nice to have this vacation amongst all the craziness of all her treatment that she was getting. So they had a professional photographer come and do the pictures. So I'm not quite sure what I'm doing right now, except for that I am going to be layering my papers on that Stampin' Up cardstock that is, I believe it's crumb cake, and I believe that this page protector is a little bit less than 6.5 by 8.5. And my child's fingers that you see right there, that's Leilani, and her head a little bit. She came in when I was scrapping. I was doing this during the day a little bit. And so she was like, Mom, what am I doing? Whenever I'm scrapping and the kids are up, they always get to see what I'm doing. So I'm just looking through the open book collection. I use mostly those papers from the new Maggie Holmes collection. And then I use a few other pieces from my stash. I think most of the other stuff that I use is from a paper issue swag bag that I got, but I use a lot of this Maggie Holmes, and I want to layer it, and I don't want it to be too complicated because, well, one, it's a gift, so I kind of want to get as much done as I can and make it look nice, but I know it's going to get shipped, and I don't want it to get ruined either. So right now I'm just looking through some of my pieces again, and I'm just figuring out how I want to layer it. I really like that green polka dot because it kind of brings out some of the natural colors in the background of the picture. That picture was taken behind like some bamboo and stuff, which is kind of blurry, but it's kind of nice to make it look like it was outside. So, and I really like the pinks and the yellows. It really actually went extremely well with kind of looking a little bit more, I want to say safari. I got a little bit of that Prima ink. I like to ink my edges a lot of times just to make everything look cohesive, but sometimes those, especially when you first open them, they're so juicy, and so if you're not careful, like I was, but I put stuff there so you don't see it. So here, I'm trying to decide if I want to use the rest of that paper that has like the book titles on it, because I really like that, but I couldn't figure out how to make it work. So here I'm going to look through some of my 3x4 cards, and if you watch my channel, you know I don't plan ahead, so too much, just sometimes I'll have a little bit of a vision, but I don't mind looking through. I mean, I think that's how a lot of us scrap, right? I mean, sometimes. I guess it just depends on what you're doing. It's nice to have a kit to use because then you aren't looking through everything. And I know that takes a lot of time. And so it does take me a little bit more time because I have to look through. But I try to keep a certain amount of stuff like on my desk area. I know you can sort of see it. I keep a lot of that stuff like right over in the corner so I can just grab it and like peek through it. And so, because I'm looking through it often, I tend to know kind of what's in there. So, I might have an idea in my mind of, oh, I know what kind of colors are in this pile or in this box or this container or this bag because I keep some of my die cuts in like Ziploc bags and then I keep some of them in like I have these like sandwich Tupperware type containers. So I'm just cutting these up and putting one on the top and one on the bottom just to kind of mirror a little bit or opposites just to give it a good weight. And I'm gonna embellish those a little bit. And then I think that's Ellie's Studio, and that one says these are the best days, and it really like says a lot about that day. I mean, all of us. This was at the San Diego Zoo. My daughter was a zookeeper for the day, so we got to go around and feed different animals, and it was a ton of fun. My kids had a blast. I mean, it's something I hope that they can remember forever. And of course, I took so much video of it, so at least they'll be able to look back and remember it, even if they don't. So I know I have a lot of tidbits in there, and there's some fall colors, and so because it's that kind of theme, I'm looking for like there's these feathers that I knew that I had in there, and some like leaves. And I'm kind of looking for those because they're similar colors. So that's what I was peeking through there. Once again, that's that concept of I have an idea of what's in that container, so I just have to look through. I mean, sometimes looking through the cards can take a little while, so but and those are the containers that I like to keep everything in. I can't keep everything in those containers, just because I have so much die cuts and stuff, just or ephemera packs and stuff. I mean, after a while, but I keep the ones that I know I'm going to use on a regular basis. Like this is all the Maggie Holmes stuff, and I did mix my vellum and my ephemera pieces together because I know I'm going to use them together because it's the same collection. And I do like to sort my things by collection. I find that that's kind of how my brain has started to work as I've started to scrapbook more consistently. Like when I first started, I was like, "Oh yeah." And I have like a ton of sticker sheets that when I first started that are in a like a 12 by 12 type of cart thing that I have that I got at Walmart, and the top drawer is mostly all filled with sticker sheets. And I find that I don't go through it because it's not in like I don't have it separated in collections. So at some point, if I ever have a really nice space and not just a corner in my bedroom, I would love to have like a iris container or a drawer or something for at least each company, because that's how I think when I scrap is, oh yeah, I know that Maggie Holmes has this stuff or open, or um, I tend to do that, except for when I have it in a kit. So, but I know everybody scrapbooks differently and everybody needs to store their stuff differently. So, you know, I think the best thing to do is find out how you scrapbook compared to how other people, so like watching how other people's storage ideas, and but think about when you're looking through your stuff. I think I've heard Lane Amen say this. Think about what is taking you the longest when you're looking through your stash or when you're going to make a layout. What do you think of first? Do you think of color? Like, because that's how I first started sorting a lot of my stuff by color. And I realized that as as much as I like my colors to go together, and I do think of that, that's not my first thing usually that I think about is, oh, maybe when I'm doing cardstock, but that's a little different. So I'm just taking some of these vellum and ephemera pieces. I mean, you can see what I'm doing. I feel like I don't really need to explain. And this is not a very long video, so this is a little bit different. And I like the smaller size. It kind of is fun to switch it up compared to the 12 by 12. I mean, as much as I love the 12 by 12, it's kind of nice to do something a little bit different. It gets your brain thinking in a different way. And I do use this M, and I use the M for Make-A-Wish. I know that, I mean, I could have just picked any letter because there's a few letters in there. I don't think it spelled anything, but I thought, oh, the M would work good for Make-A-Wish. So, and at first I was trying to think, do I really want that there? Because there is some other green. There's a special delivery tag that I cut in half, and I used the other half of it down in that bottom, but I was like, no, I really wanted that kind of layer. And I did put a little bit on my photo, but it only covers a little bit of my daughter's arm. I didn't think that was that big of a deal. And so at this point, I think I'm gonna look for the sequins because I know that there's gold sequins. And I thought about using those enamel dots, but they're a little bit too dark for this layout. I really don't want to make it too dark. I mean, it's a happy one, and I thought the sequins were fun. And my daughter, let me tell you, at the end, she's seen it, and she's like, Mommy, you put sequins on it. So the fact that she likes it is good because we will give it as a gift. And, you know, I want my kids to think that something is cool that we give away. So, I mean, our families will love whatever we give them, but I thought that they would enjoy seeing nice pictures of the kids and stuff. So, and I know that on here I have another card that I was working on, and I couldn't remember if I did them together. So I'm going to have to remember to take that off as I'm talking. So here I'm just semi-journaling. I just kind of want to let them know where the picture was taking place. And I always have a problem spelling Diego, like San Diego. I don't know why. The whole I-E-D-I combination. And this is pretty much done. The only thing that I finish up doing is using some Heidi Swapp Color Shine in Black Velvet. I really thought it needed just one other thing, and you know, thanks to Jen Box, I now am like super addicted to putting black sprinkles and stuff on my layouts. But I think it really does a nice job in just finishing in the corners. So I hope you guys enjoy and have a great afternoon. Bye.